This might be the biggest sign of respect Andy Reid has ever received. Let's talk about it. Football fans, welcome back to All Chiefed Up. Good to see everybody rolling in here tonight to talk a little bit of football. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way in. Help this get out to more people. Real quick, I want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. We'll have more on them here in just a bit. But wait just a damn second, Mike. Andy Reid and the Chiefs just went 6-11 last season. How is he still voted the top coach in the NFL going into 2026?
Yeah, it's wild because the Chiefs get disrespected a lot. I do believe Patrick Mahomes gets more disrespect than Andy Reid in general. But was it the AP? The AP come out with a poll or something, right? Asking the coaches what they thought. Andy Reid finished the best coach going into 2026. That's who they say they would love to have on their team, coaching their team. It's 4 straight years, correct?
Absolutely. That's what I was getting ready to say. This is not a one-off, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 4th straight season that the AP panel has now ranked Andy Reid as the top NFL head coach. And like I said,
crazy.
dude, that's a pretty big sign of respect that they were like, hey, you went 6-11 last year. The Chiefs absolutely sucked ass, but you're still the best head coach in the NFL. We'd take you over everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's weird to think about because honestly, and I'll say I was one too. I thought Andy was. I don't think he was going to be fired, but I said that he probably should have been on the hot seat. Like there was no way. I think you gave him a complete pass. But really, there was nothing outside you could do if you were the front office. It's not like you're going to like put him in timeout or anything. He's Andy freaking Reid. I think what you had to do was be like, Andy, we may have to like rejuvenate your ideas a little bit or maybe do this or do that. So I think Andy's done that in the offseason, and it's just good to have other coaches, I guess is who they asked.
It's
other
AP
GMs.
panel, Associated Press, sir.
Right. And so, I think even more crazy are the slap nuts that didn't even put Andy on there. Don't you have something about that too?
Yeah, we could talk about that. So Andy received 5 first-place votes and 1 second-place vote. There were actually 2 voters that left him completely off the freaking list, which is pretty wild, man. Like, who on earth leaves Andy Reid off the list completely? Because, yeah, we can say last season sucked, but I think 2 decades of dominance and that kind of culture that he builds has to trump 1 bad season of football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So these are AP writers that did this?
Yes,
these aren't like coaches or anything. Okay, so it's the writers
panel. Yep.
So it's AP writers or the panel. Okay, well I was making sure it wasn't a team or like an anonymous GM. So then you could have said, oh, well, we kind of could probably pigeonhole down who that is. But if it's an AP writer, look, it's just some butthurt Northeastern writer that doesn't want anybody to take away anything from Bill Belichick. That's probably what it was.
You think that's what it was?
Let's be completely honest.
Bill Belichick's not even an option, so I don't know why that would matter.
He's not, but you don't want to like find somebody, that could come in and do the things that they thought Belichick was the greatest of all time to do. And voting Andy year in and year out is only solidifying him as a coach.
Well, this is telling me one thing here, and then I'll go through the list of the top 5 coaches, and we'll have that discussion. But I think this is telling me one thing here. I think everybody thinks that the Kansas City Chiefs are about to have a bounce back year, baby. I think that's what this means. There's no way if they think the Chiefs are going to continue to stink that they would say Andy Reid is the coach they would pick going into the 2026 season. I just don't see how that goes together. You guys in the chat, hit that like button for Andy freaking Reid because he's a GOAT, baby. He's a GOAT. All right, Mike, the top 5 coaches that were voted by this AP poll were Andy Reid at 1, Sean McVay at 2, Mike McDonald at number 3, Kyle Shanahan at 4, and number 5, Sean Payton of the Denver Broncos. Do you think that's a fair list there?
I think I'm surprised to see Sean Payton on the list, although I will say when he was hired with Denver, we both sat right here and said that, hey, he's going to turn that team around. He's a decent football coach. Denver will look pretty good. and he's managed to keep the defense going strong. He's managed to draft Bo Nix, who by all means isn't the most gifted guy in the world, and he's more of a game manager than an all-out go out and win you a game, but he did get them to win the division for the first time in forever. So you got to give him a little credit there. Sean McVay being it too. I mean, I'm not saying Sean McVay's a bad coach by any means. Like, he's great. I would love him in Kansas City when Andy Reid retires, but what's he really done to earn that, though, when you really think about it, beyond winning a Super Bowl with a stacked team? And now they've had to go back and do it again this year to try to get another stacked team to get it again.
That's true, but they have been competitive every season with Sean McVay, I think. But yeah, they did make some early exits when they shouldn't have.
And then choke, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I can see that. You guys in the chat, let us know who your top 5 might be, or at least who you'd put at number 2 behind Andy Reid, if you even think Andy Reid's number 1. I guess the one that I would probably maybe not put on this list would be number 3, Mike Macdonald from the Seattle Seahawks. Besides the Seahawks Super Bowl run this last year, you could easily say what you said about Sean McVay. Like, what has he really done to be the top 5 coach in the NFL at this moment? I don't know if Mike Macdonald needs to make that list. I think Kyle Shanahan makes perfect sense. He's been pretty damn consistent. Now, he also chokes in the big game. He's been to 3 Super Bowls, 2 as a head coach, 1 as an offensive coordinator, and has choked them all 3 away. And then you have Sean Payton, who I think is undoubtedly one of the better coaches in the league. I don't like the fact that he had to come back into the AFC West to take over the Broncos, but I think Sean Payton's a really good coach. How about 2 Seans, both spelling it S-E-A-N, making the top 5 list? How about that? I think that's pretty well.
Right.
Which coach got snubbed?
Jamie asked a good question. I don't know. I couldn't think of one off the top of my head that I think got snubbed.
Yep, y'all throw it in the chat. What's Jamie's question?
He said Sean McVay has another stacked team this year. If he chokes again, is he still a top 5 coach in NFL?
Dude, this team he's got coming up this year is pretty damn stacked. They might be more stacked than the team he won the Super Bowl with.
Oh, absolutely.
So if he doesn't cash in this season, I think that does hurt him a little bit. I still think that if he gets close, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he gets through the NFC Championship or gets through the Super Bowl and loses, I don't think that knocks him out of contention for one of the top coaches in the league. I think it might solidify it. Like, hey, he is in there every freaking year. But, yeah, he does have a little bit of an advantage. He's got the deck stacked a little bit, if you will. So, I don't know. I don't think it knocks him out of top 5 if they don't win it all. But that's just my opinion. If there are any coaches that got snubbed, that's what I'm kind of wondering. Are there any coaches you think got completely snubbed going into 2026? I see where Kansas City Ambush said Tomlin, whatever, until he left. I think that he's talking about taking over the Chiefs because you said McVay. He said he'd take McVay, then Tomlin. I don't know who got snubbed on this list. I'll be honest. I don't think there's any coach that outright deserved to be on it that is not on it. I think Mike Macdonald might be the one that they overshot because of recency bias. I think it's a pretty fair list, but if Andy Reid were to go and you couldn't take Sean McVay, Mike, who are you taking next? Who's the next in line? Because I think the easy answer is always Sean McVay, right? Like, so do you think a lot of people would just go, we'll just give it to EB? I feel like that's where the consensus of Chiefs fans would go.
Yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of people who say John Gruden. That's a big one. I don't think John Gruden's ever coming back to coaching, honestly. He's got too comfy of a gig, what he's doing now.
You know, I think there's a coach that might have got snubbed, and I have it in my head right now. And I think that it would be fair if you placed this guy at number 5 and took Mike Macdonald off the list. But it also could be very unfair depending on which way you're looking at it. But I think if you just removed Mike Macdonald and slid Kyle Shanahan up to 3, Sean Payton up to 4, I think Liam Cohen could have potentially been on this list. I mean, he's kind of taken the Jaguars over the last year or two and turned them into a competitive football team.
Yeah, well, yeah, just 1 year. This is year 2. Yeah, he was competitive last year. I think you'd have to do it. I don't know. I think they pretty much got it right. I don't think anybody was snubbed from the list, honestly. I don't think there's any controversy there.
Steve Ledbetter says Brian Schottenheimer. Oh, Marty Jr. I don't know. I don't know about it. He didn't do bad with the Cowboys, though.
True.
Chicago coaches, the riser, says Donald. But
Ben
yeah,
Johnson.
Kansas City Ambush also brings up what's his name over at Green Bay. I'm not a huge fan of him. Matt LaFleur.
Oh, LaFleur.
Yeah, I know you like to bring him up in these coaching conversations. I see it by a lot of people. He's pretty much highly regarded as a really good coach. Something about LaFleur I've just never liked that much, though. I don't know what it is that rubs me the wrong way about him.
I mean, when he's got a solid QB, his teams do well. He's okay, I guess. I don't know.
Isn't that pretty much how it goes, though? All coaches are determined by their quarterbacks. The quarterback's scary.
Yeah, to be honest.
Most of the time. Let's be honest here. Because you could go down that list and you could be like, well, would Andy Reid be on this list if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes? Would Sean McVay be on this list if it wasn't for Matt Stafford? Would Sean Payton have made this list if it wasn't for Drew Brees? I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. But, I mean, Kyle Shanahan and Mike McDonald, I guess, could be your outliers in that aspect.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. Somebody asked in the chat, was Sean McVay on that stack team, but was he responsible? Was he partly responsible for the stack? And, I mean, I guess you'd have to look at who he drafted.
For the stack or the win?
Well, like the stacked team. Like just saying, oh, it was a stacked team, he got the win, but they're saying he's responsible for the stacked team.
Mm-hmm.
Out of that roster, wasn't it just Cooper Kupp was the only one he had drafted in 2017?
I'm not sure. I mean, he did have a pretty stacked team with Cooper Kupp.
Was Puka Nacua on the team the year they won the Super Bowl or no?
No. That was before him. They had Odell Beckham Jr., but he did get hurt during the Super Bowl.
And so he was a free agent signing, not drafted by McVay.
They also had Von Miller, who was a free agent signing. They had Aaron Donald, who was there pre-Sean McVay. I want to say, was Jalen Ramsey on that team? I'm not for sure. It was pretty stacked up, though. They had a crazy, like, off-season the year before that and just, like, signed up everybody. I remember that was the thing. But, yeah, anyway. Shout out Andy Reid for being the number one coach of the NFL still. I think it's well-deserved. Big Red's awesome. Mike, a couple other stories going on in Chiefs Kingdom right now. We had a retired NFL quarterback warn that the Chiefs better increase protection for Patrick Mahomes coming off that injury, brother. Did you get to see anything about that one?
I seen a little bit. It was Baby Carr.
Baby Carr.
Derek Carr talking about it. And look, he's just saying that, look, when Patrick Mahomes was on your team and you keep him protected, that he is going to get you playing for AFC Conference Championships at the least.
I think he's shown during
you just need to protect him.
I think he's shown during his NFL career that if you protect him fully, that your floor is AFC Championship and you're going to win most of the Super Bowls. Because the only 2 Super Bowls he lost, he was not protected whatsoever. He was running for his life, right? So, I mean, I feel like if you protect Patrick Mahomes, it obviously gives you the best chance at winning a Lombardi. I mean, nothing else even really sways that needle as much as just don't let him be running for his life. Teams need to be on their heels a little bit. Defenses need to be able to respect the run game. We have to have tackles that can stop an all-out pass rush, and we're not able to do that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Philadelphia Eagles. Otherwise, I think that those could have been dubs.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It is what it is.
Mike has no opinion on anything today. He just said, whatever.
I mean, it's the off season. I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. Actually, there was a story about a Louis Gilman, though, where Ravens safety Kyle Hamilton actually came out and said that he was his biggest mentor. So Kyle Hamilton, pretty good football player. He's claiming that Alohi Gilman is his biggest mentor. Mike, how much is Alohi Gilman going to help this team this coming year? Do you think that he could come in and potentially take over what we were missing last year after losing Justin Reid?
We'll see. He's got pretty good range. He's a ball hawk at certain times. But, look, I like the story about him being a mentor to Hamilton because
one of the
honestly,
best in the league, right?
Well, I mean, he's going to have to come in here and do this year. He's got a lot of young guys in that secondary, and honestly, he's a new piece that is not going to know this defense inside and out. Is he going to be able to learn it as fast as Justin Reid was able to do? I don't know. Justin Reid actually took over that very, very quickly. We'll have to see what he's able to do, but I hope he does do that.
I don't know if I can hold him. I don't know if I can expect him to come in. I don't know if I can expect him to come in and be Justin Reid or Honey Badger. I can't hold that guy to that standard. That's not even fair. But it would be cool to see him come in and kind of take over that role and grow into it. Absolutely. So I'm pretty excited about it. And like you said, it's pretty cool to see that one of the best in the league is like, hey, that guy was my mentor, man. Like, he's the one that got me to where I'm at. So that's good news for the Chiefs because we need some good safety play. Our boy Kyle, been a member for 34 freaking months, says, has Andy ever won Coach of the Year? I actually think he has. I don't know if he's done it in his Chiefs tenure, though. That'd be something to look up. But, like, just off the top of the dome, I don't know if he has or not, Kyle. That's a pretty good question. But for some reason in my head, I feel like that he did back when he was coaching the Eagles. But maybe I'm wrong.
Said that he was named AP Coach of the Year in 2002.
For the Eagles.
Once.
Yeah, so my suspicion was correct. And it's wild that Andy Reid, over a Hall of Fame career, has only been named the NFL Head Coach of the Year one time. I don't know how the hell he wasn't named that in some of those years where the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But whatever. They shade him. They don't shade him. But they still talk about him. He's like the Patrick Mahomes of coaches, right? Like, we compare everybody to him, but we're not gonna give him everything because it's not fair. We can't give it to him every year. Shout out our boy Josh Vasquez becoming a new member. Welcome to the freaking crew, baby. We'll be having a members-only live stream coming up here soon where we'll be giving away a signed Creed Humphrey jersey. You heard that right. Creed Humphrey signed up a jersey and sent it our way to give to one of you all. And we will be giving that away on the members-only live stream here at the end of July to kind of kick off camp and the season. And then next month, we got to sign George Karlaftis to give away to actually kick off the football season. So now would be a good time to become a member. And if you don't just try to sit around and vulture one, guys. Go to join.allchiefedup.com or click that join button at the top. Become a member. It's just $4.99 a month. And it'll be totally worth it to get in there and win yourself a nice signed Creed Humphrey jersey, baby. Let's go. Shout out Josh, though.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
Shout
sweet.
Out, brother.
Yep, guys, if you have any questions or anything, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you want to talk about anything that we already talked about, or you have anything to add to those stories, just throw them in there. We will get to you. We'll kind of let you guys drive this one real quick. Appreciate y'all being here. We know it's slow. We know it's the worst part of the off season here. One more week to hang in, guys. One more week. I actually think about 5 days, and then the quarterbacks and the rookies are reporting to camp. So it's going to get better from here. But we really appreciate you guys that are here. Do us a favor. Hit that like button. Let's see if we can get some more people in here for tonight. And, yeah, throw any questions you got in the chat. Mike, we got a freaking 2-bomb from T Breezy. Says, can't wait until we make the haters shut the hell up. I'm right there with him, dude. Like, we asked to be the villain. We asked for the villain role. And then when we assumed the villain role, we were weak. We went to the Super Bowl and got destroyed. And then we had the worst season in the Patrick Mahomes era. Like, we weren't ready to be the Joker. We weren't ready for that. Like,
they wasn't ready. They were Mahomes
insane.
and them are the good guys. They can't be villains. They're not villains.
Well, I'll tell you what, they are villains, and they cannot get out of it. And they have not got out of it in a year and a half. But this year, brother, they're going to have to be Thanos. They're going to have to get out there and snap and kick some ass.
They got to figure it out because I still don't think – it's one of those things where now it's not that you sucked last year and now people's going to just take it easy on you. No, like they're out. It's like a shark smelling blood. Like it's going to continue to be crazy, and they're going to continue to try to beat up Patrick Mahomes for the rest of his career at this point. So they're going to have to figure it out. I'm very excited to see what happens during camp this week. Everybody drop in the comments, like when camp gets going, what are you guys excited to see like the most? Because there's so many good storylines this year. I really do genuinely feel like there's a lot of places up for grabs. Now, I'm not going to pull anybody's leg and tell you that I think there's going to be a lot of crazy like UDFAs flying out of nowhere to take roster spots, but
I think there's some good position
there could be
battles.
some very big surprises.
We
there
talked
could be some
about this.
surprises.
We talked about this on a different stream where we just talked about what we were excited about, the position battles and things like that. But y'all let us know. And we'll hit on a couple of those real quick. Grayskull in the house says, man, YouTube trying to mess with y'all again. You don't even know the extent of it, Grayskull. This last week has been pretty sketchy, just to say the least.
Yeah, well.
They're back to their old ways.
It is what it is. Here's what you got to do. Look, you just got to beat YouTube. You got to come searching for us. We're releasing content almost every day. Just go searching for it. You can't rely on those slap nuts to tell you anything.
And don't just type in Chiefs because you know what you're going to get if you do that. Just type in all Chief Dub.
Yeah, you're gonna get 300 of the same thing.
Let's go, baby. D Jazzy in the house says, hey, Steve and Mike, thanks for the show. Do we think Handy Andy cares about how non-qualified Raiders evaluate his performance? I don't think that Andy Reid cares about any outside noise. I think if anybody in the world just doesn't pay attention to outside noise, it is Andy Reid. And I think that you've seen that over the last decade here in Kansas City because there were times where this team didn't even look like they were showing up for games that you thought should be intense. Like a couple of those Bengals games when they were talking mad trash all week and then the Chiefs showed up and acted like they didn't even care. Like Andy always keeps everybody...
Was that the
even.
tuna in a can game? Do you remember that?
Probably.
They kept saying that over and over. It was so lame.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. Yeah, but stuff like that, like Andy don't get too worked up. Now, that can be a detriment if you're worried about one single game. But I think overall, Andy keeping everybody kind of even keeled is what has helped him be one of the best coaches to ever do it. He, it's one game at a time with Andy. No game's bigger than the other. And he always starts with one goal in mind, and that's win the AFC West. So them regular season games against Buffalo and them regular season games against the Bengals, he didn't get too worked up for those. He didn't get so horned up like they did. Like their mayor was out.
You need it, though.
Their mayor's out there talking trash and stuff. But Andy could get a little bit more fired up sometimes, I think. Our boy Chiefer says, I'm excited for the run game. Appreciate you being a member and a mod, Chiefer. You're awesome, by the way. But I think that's the name of the game this year is the run game, right? Everybody wants to see what's going on with that. We got a 5-bomb from Josh Vasquez. It says, honestly, have a feeling in my gut these guys going to hit. But the player I'm more excited for is Woods and R. Mason Thomas and Allen. Yeah, man. Mike, how do you feel about this rookie class? Do you think that this rookie class has a chance to come in here and contribute immediately? Or do you think this is going to be one of those where you're looking back next year kind of feeling underwhelmed?
Right. They could either be like the McDuffie Karlaftis class, with Pacheco and Watson and all them, or they could be like last year's class.
You just go in and win a Super Bowl and you're like, they were the best class ever.
Right. And then last year's class was just a little bit underwhelming. But I'll say, I think they're going to be solid football players. I think it all depends. It's tough to say who's going to do what in a rookie season with Andy Reid as your coach. It's just, we've all lived this time and time again. Like we'll get super pumped up for players and this and that, and they don't even get to play. Like that's just the way it is. Right. That's just the way Andy does it. That's the way things go down. So it's very tough to try to sit here and tell you guys, like, Peter Woods is going to be double-digit sacks. Mason Thomas is going to get double digits.
I have a hot take for you, though. I have a hot take. I'll go ahead and throw out a hot take and a prediction because why not? And I think you guys should all do that in the chat. Throw out your best prediction for this coming season as far as rookies go. Because even though there's a high chance of this being horribly wrong because Andy Reid's passed, I think Cyrus Allen might be that dude this year. I think he might be the one that everybody's like, hell yeah, baby, we hit in a draft on this dude. I think it might be him. The more I watch his work ethic, the more I watch his game tape, the way that he plays football, the way he plays the position of wide receiver, the way he fits perfectly with the Chiefs scheme and even them bringing in Chad O'Shea's wide receiver coach and the way that he operates, I feel like everything's lined up for Cyrus Allen to have a really good rookie season. Now, is Andy going to use him? That's the big question mark. But I think Cyrus Allen might be that dude this year. He might be the one everybody's super horned about.
I could think Cyrus Allen maybe over anybody else, in my opinion. Like, I do think Peter Woods and them will be solid. I just can't tell you if I think they're going to have tons and tons of sacks. It's tough. Look at Ashton Gelati. Like, he looked back at his season and he realized that there was certain times that he just felt overwhelmed. And he said that himself.
Right.
So it's tough. Now, I did see where Danny in the chat said that defensive rookies usually get to play more than offensive rookies. That is true. That's true. I don't know. I can't tell you anybody that I think that I would probably say Cyrus Allen too. If they'll give him a shot, I think his route running ability is very good.
Yeah, Danny, I kind of agree with you, but then like one thing just sticks out in my mind as far as that goes, and that's Felix Anudike-Uzomah. Like they drafted him in the first round, and I feel like they didn't give him hardly any snaps his rookie season. Like I could be dead wrong.
He didn't really earn them.
I feel like he wasn't utilized very much. And that's the thing. You're saying he didn't earn them, but at the same time, it's like, how do you know what he's going to do without the opportunities? So it's kind of that weird catch-22 there. But, yeah, I don't know. I do feel like historically the defensive players get used more. And I think that's because they normally, draft a lot of secondary and things like that, and they have to throw them in there because they refuse to re-sign secondary. They won't give them a second contract. So they kind of have to backload that. Pretty
I mean, if you look at last year's draft class, it was quite the opposite. Because if Josh Simmons hadn't have left for certain things, he was going to get more snaps than anybody.
That's true.
Omar Norman Lott, before he got injured, wasn't getting a huge amount.
To my point, first rounder, though. You should be using a first rounder quite a bit.
Right. Yeah.
And we've had some that just weren't used, which is very strange. But yeah.
Xavier Worthy got snaps. Rashee Rice got snaps their rookie year. I think Andy will give snaps to people that earns it. I think it's really that. Like, I think when it looks from the outside, it looks like he picks and chooses. But honestly, what did Jalen Royals ever get to do last year that earned him a lot of snaps? Like, he could barely get on the field because of tendonitis or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was pretty strange. I really hope he gets more opportunities this season. I hope he creates more opportunities for himself because I do think Jalen Royals could be a special player. He really could. I mean, if you go back and look at the way this guy plays, I mean, he's Rashee Rice. He's Jamar Chase with the ball in his hands. He's somebody that can be explosive, and the Chiefs need that. The Chiefs need that bad. So hopefully he can make his way through there. I see in the chat where people are talking about it's obnoxious. As John Gruden thinks R. Mason Thomas could be the MVP out of this Chiefs draft class. He could. Once again, it's going to be about the usage, right? Like, because it's like, what are they going to do with R. Mason Thomas? I hope he gets the opportunities. Now, R. Mason Thomas is a fun one, though, because it's like he's going to have to earn his opportunities literally. Because if he can't prove that he can stop the run game, if he can't set an edge, Spags is only going to put him in situationally. Unless they work him into that linebacker role a little bit, like, I don't think you're going to see as much R. Mason Thomas as you would like to. Let's go back to the last guy that they had that plays football similarly to R. Mason Thomas, Mike. That was Joshua Uche. How much did he get used in our defense?
Yeah, who?
Exactly. So it does scare me a little bit. I love R. Mason Thomas. I love that style of edge rusher. Speed. You go back and watch his tape. He's a closer. He don't just get pressures, Mike. He gets sacks. R. Mason Thomas is a guy that can absolutely get after the quarterback and finish the play. I just hope he can somehow get enough opportunities to prove that this season. And hopefully, and maybe even looking further ahead, hopefully he gets opportunities to prove that in his rookie contract. And it sucks to have to talk about it like that, but I mean, that's just the realistic view of it with the way the Chiefs operate.
Yeah, well, these are all questions that are going to be answered when they go to camp because, honestly, nobody's done nothing yet. Like, they've had a pass camp and they've ran some drills.
I don't know if that'll actually be answered in camp, to be honest with you.
Well, it won't, but I'm just saying, like, who looks good, who's doing this, who's doing that. And, yeah, even that in camp, it does not even really matter. We've had several players come through the Chiefs over the past 6-7 years, look amazing in camp, and the Chiefs will just axe their ass and they're gone and they don't even care. That's happened several times.
Yeah, for sure. You're not wrong, brother. Guys, appreciate y'all being here. hit that like button. Go ahead and get your questions in the chat. The back half of this live stream is going to be a complete Q&A. So put some question marks in front of your question. That way I can kind of get through the chats. We'll get to all super chats and everything like that. But we'll let you guys drive the last half of this thing. Real quick, though, have to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Let's look at something we won.
Shout out to Prize Picks. Tonight, instead of doing an entry, we're going to go back and look at something we actually won a little bit. $3 to win $51. This was a 6-pick power play. We took 2 tennis players, Sarandulo and Golubic, both to win break points. They both hit. Caitlin Clark, WNBA. We picked her more, 14.5 points. That was a solid win. We also picked Sophie Cunningham and Paige Buchers to go more on 1.53 points made and 9.5 rebounds and assist totals with Bucher. We hit on both of those. And then last but not least, Yamamoto, Dodgers pitcher. We took him more at 5.5 strikeouts and he hit. If you want to follow along with us more during the season or maybe even before the football season, head down to the description, download Prize Picks, use code HMA. Steve, back to the show.
That's right, guys. If you don't have Prize Picks, make sure you get down in the description, click that link, get it, and use code HMA. We appreciate Prize Picks for sponsoring us for the season and the year. So shout out Prize Picks. Go get it and use code HMA, guys. That would be awesome. Mike Obnoxious, I'm sorry, I'll get to him in a second. I got a 10 bomb from Phil. Phil McCamus in the house, baby. Let's go. Good to see you, brother. Says D-line has to get home and running game has to be on point. When is Stu with the crew? That's an easy first question. He underhanded the first question with a 10 bomb. Let's go. Chew with the crew is going to be on Saturday, August the 1st at 7 p.m. Central Time at Zarda BBQ in Blue Spring. So be there if you want to hang out. It should be a good time, but that's when it is. Appreciate the support, Phil. Thanks so much, brother. Obnoxious says, how many rings do you think Pat ends his career with? I think 8. You think he's going to tie Brady, Obnoxious? Do you know how hard that's going to be? Well, Brady has 7, so that's actually beating him.
No, he beats him.
Right. But, man. So, Pat's got to win 4 to tie him. So, I don't know. That's going to be tough. How many do you think, realistically, that Pat's going to end with? Steve Ledbetter says 5 in the chat.
Yeah, I don't think you can answer this without, you're going to get hate both ways. Honestly, you can't waste. You can't waste any more Patrick Mahomes' prime. I'll give you that.
No, you absolutely. Well, you have to think about this. Patrick, literally, if you really think about the history of Patrick's career, he could potentially have. Good Lord, he could potentially have 5 or 6 rings already. And 2 of those would have taken 2 away from Tom Brady. Because the year with Kareem Hunt back in 2018, when we lost in the AFC Championship game to them, when there was the phantom roughing the passer on Chris Jones, when L'Jarius Sneed, I think it was Sneed, intercepted the ball and the game was over, but no, D Ford's offsides and stuff like that. I think, go back and watch the tape, say what you want to say. Julian Edelman touched that ball. There are so many ways the Chiefs should have won that game and probably would have won the Super Bowl that year. Adding one to Pat, taking one away from Brady. If we would have just had some protection for Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl in Tampa Bay, if Eric Fisher hadn't gone down for, in the AFC Championship game, that could have been totally different. I mean, you have the year that the Chiefs gave away an AFC Championship game to the Bengals. They were beating them by 21 at halftime. Pat really could have had a lot already. But I think a fair answer to me, Mike, would probably be 6. I think that Pat should be able to match the first half of his career and the back half of his career. I think he's that good. I think he can do that. So I'll give him 6, and I think that's fair. But let's hope it's 8. Let's hope. I think
Pat can win 8. As many. He can win as many as, again, Derek Carr said he's protected for, and if you want to put some playmakers around him.
I think you're right there, brother. We got our freaking 20 bomb from Todd in the house, baby. Let's go. It says, what are the combinations of players on the D line? Who starts? This is one of the funnest conversations you can have about this roster right now. And I did a video not too long ago about the defensive line. And it focused on Omar Norman Lott going into his second season coming off an injury, but it also kind of highlighted how that's going to affect or could be affected by Peter Woods. And that highlighted how that's going to affect Chris Jones. Man, it could be really fun. I mean, we were talking about a NASCAR package that would have Peter Woods, Omar Norman Lott, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and then even R. Mason Thomas in rushing the passer all at the same time. Like, if these guys even pan out a little bit in their rookie season, that's a really good pass rushing combo to have on the field at one time. And that's not even talking about being able to use Ashton Gelati in his second season. I do think he's going to take a step in the right direction. I didn't think he was that bad last year. I think he was kind of hard on himself. But yeah, man, what kind of fun combinations can you think of with this defensive line, Mike?
Well, Karlaftis and Chris Jones are starting. I think Tonga is probably going to get a start. Depends on how they do. That other one is kind of a different one because sometimes, if you think they're going to open up passing or running or something, it really defensive line starting is not the biggest thing. But I would think Tonga probably is locked in there. So the other side is probably who? Gelati or Felix even? Like if they really want to go that route.
Starting, I think it's going to be Ashton Gelati. I think so.
Yeah, we're going to be a heavy rotational line. That's just all there is to it. It really don't matter who starts. You could start and then not play another snap the whole game. So honestly, it doesn't matter. I will say that Peter Woods is a fun piece because he's going to go inside and outside like Chris Jones. We actually seen Gelati. He could play inside and outside. He played from the defensive tackle position last year. So, I mean, there's a lot of different combinations they can run here. It's pretty wild. And then to think about R. Mason Thomas going to linebacker a little bit as well.
Yeah, man. I mean, these guys are versatile, and that's what Spags loves, and that he's going to have a field day with them. I think Spags is going to have a lot of fun with this group. But appreciate the 20 bomb, Todd. You're a freaking legend, brother. Scott Crosser in the house says, will Pat play in any preseason games, and will he start week 1? So the $1 million question in the offseason, is Pat going to start week 1? I'm going to stick to my guns here. I think since the beginning I've been saying Pat's going to start. And I also always add the caveat that I don't think Pat will start if they don't think he's ready. I don't think Clark Hunt's going to allow anybody to gamble with Patrick Mahomes for this coming season. So if they don't think he's 100% ready, he won't be there. But I've been saying since the beginning, Pat is that dude. I think he'll be back and going. Now, as far as preseason goes, we're not seeing Pat in the preseason, guys. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he plays any in the preseason, but I do think he starts week 1. Because we've been saying that from the beginning. The advancement of modern medicine, the way they've attacked rehab, I just don't see how he's not ready to go. It would have to be like a personal decision or a setback. Yeah, it would have to have a setback or something like that. I just don't see. A lot of people are like, don't rush him back. There's no point. But honestly, if they do the game plan right and they've prepared him right to this point, there's really no point in making him miss 2 or 3 games. Because he should be handing the ball off 30 extra times a game anyway.
That's a tall ask. 30 extra times?
You don't think he should? Well, I just mean 30 times.
I absolutely think that there should
never be. Oh, you thought I meant they were going to run the ball 62 times in a game.
I don't think there should be a game where Kenneth Walker doesn't get at least 20 opportunities. Let him be the bell cow, give him the ball, and see what he can do. So, I'm right there with you. Let's see here. Nikki with a 2 says, if we win a Super Bowl in 2019, we don't get Spags Dynasty. So I think what she's saying here is if we would have won in 2018, we wouldn't have had Spags for 2019. Is that correct?
I guess. The one we lost.
Who was our defensive coordinator in 2018? My mind is not working like that right now. Who was it? Y'all tell me in the chat. Help your boy out. Who was it before Spags? Nobody knows. We didn't even have a defensive coordinator before Spags. Jeez. Nobody? Bob Sutton? It was Bob Sutton. No, I think absolutely, Nikki. I don't think I'll agree with you. I think Spags was coming regardless. Bob Sutton sucked ass. I don't care if we won a Super Bowl. Bob Sutton was
I'm gonna be completely honest. I thought Bob Sutton got fired the first year Andy Reid come in. That's how bad I thought he was.
Bob Sutton was bad. So I don't know. I don't know if I can agree with that one, Nikki. I think if Spags was available, I think they still kick Bob Sutton to the curb. Like even if the Chiefs had won a Super Bowl that year, because he stunk.
Bob Sutton sucked.
Yeah, he was bad. There was only one guy. There's only one defensive coordinator I remember Pops yelling at more than Bob Sutton, and you know who it is. Greg Robinson.
Greg Robinson.
Greg Robinson. 110%. Yeah, I don't know. Now, that is something to think about. If we would have won in 2018 and they would have kept suck-ass Bob Sutton, would we have had such a good run after that? I don't know. It's up for debate.
No idea.
It's up for debate. Let's go. All right. What else you guys want to talk about here? What she says, so let Patrick sit. I think y'all mean make him sit. Patrick's not going to play a preseason. If he gets out there on the field in a preseason, I'll be shocked. Not going to be shocked if Pat starts the season because I think that's been the goal since day one. Pat heals faster than a lot of people. Pat rehabs harder than a lot of people will. Pat has a great team, a great support system. And like Mike said, the advances in modern medicine, I think we see Pat back at the beginning of the season. Now, if he's not ready, if there's any question marks about it from anybody on that medical staff, they better not put him out there. Clark Hunt's going to fire everybody. Like, you can't risk Mahomes over the first game of the season. But I think he'll be ready. I think he'll be ready, man. That's just my opinion. Just one a-hole's opinion. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Why? What did I do? Oh, I think he's talking to you, Mike.
Oh, am I okay? Yeah, I'm just observing.
He's observing.
Just observing a little bit.
Obnoxious says, if we win the Super Bowl and Kelsey is still a top 5 tight end, does Kelsey stay? I don't think so. I think Kelsey's going to... This is a swan song.
You think, Kelsey would probably just walk away saying, hey, I'm the champ, right?
I think he would. He's already the GOAT tight end. If he wins another Super Bowl this coming year, it's almost impossible not to keep calling him that. There's not much more he can accomplish. He's going to be 37, 38 years old. He just got married. I think he has a lot of interest in acting and things like that. I think Travis is gone after this season. I do. Which really shows you the Chiefs should probably get serious about a replacement. I really thought they would. I thought they would this season.
What makes you think they want to do that?
I don't know, dude. They've yet to do it.
Yeah, what makes you think they give a rat's ass about a tight end as long as Travis Kelce plays?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I can't figure out why they haven't attacked that position a little bit more. I think they've had some opportunities some golden ones, and they've missed on them. Now, granted, I don't know if you can really call it a miss because they probably needed what we drafted ahead of those guys. But I do feel like there were some shots they could be taken mid-draft. You know, there was actually everybody famously remembers me banging my head on the microphone.
Yeah, over Jared Wiley.
When they drafted Jared Wiley, because Jatavion Sanders dropped so far. And they didn't even make an attempt to go up a few spots and grab Jatavion Sanders. But they sit there and took Jared Wiley. That's when I knew the Chiefs weren't serious about tight end. and they've yet to prove otherwise right now. Like
Yeah.
they're hoping and praying that one of these random dudes like Jake Brenningstool or John Michael Gillenborg are gonna like break out and be something. They're just praying. Like they're gonna wait till the last damn minute to replace Travis Kelce. I love Noah. I love Noah Gray, but I just don't think he's that dude.
Yeah, I think they're making a tad bit of a mistake, to be honest. They should have had somebody in the tank. Again, do I love Noah Gray? I mean, he's a fine tight end. Is he like a top tier guy? No, not even close. So if Kelce misses games, you take a huge step back.
Yeah, I mean, Donald ain't wrong here. The KC way of tight end is to wait for a freaking miracle. They had so many. Kansas City has been absolutely spoiled at tight end over the last few decades. And I think that might be why they've completely just ignored. It's almost like they're so spoiled, they're like, we don't even have to worry about this. And now it's kind of snuck up and bit them a little bit. Like now they have to get serious about it quick. And you think like this year, could Kenyon Sadiq have been that guy? Could Eli Stowers have been that guy? You'll never know. You'll never know.
The world will never know.
I don't know, man. I kind of do feel
Kansas
like...
City Ambush says Wiley was a disaster.
Wasn't he?
Well, I remember when he was drafted, he was Kelce 2.0. Everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, why are you banging your head on the microphone? Wiley's great. Jared's the best. It's baby Kelce. Yeah. Now, granted, he did get hurt and didn't get a lot of opportunities his rookie season, but...
I've noticed Chiefs Kingdom, they do two things during draft time. One, they hate every pick Brett Veach takes, and they say sucks. And then two, they love every pick he makes, and they're instant Pro Bowlers.
Well, it depends on which... Okay.
I think we have to start being a little more like wait and see kind of thing.
I think it's because of your perspective. Because as content creators, you can't say the right thing. Like
no, you definitely cannot.
Your opinion can never be right because at best, only half the people have the same opinion as you.
Right. And the ones that hate it are the loudest.
So if you
on that given subject.
If you do this and you're like, bang, 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 Jared Wiley, what are we doing? You're negative. You're just being ridiculous. But then, later, when Jared Wiley don't do anything, they don't come back to be like, no, you probably should have been banging your head on the microphone.
Or they don't take it out on the person that made the horrible call and told you to love him.
That's true.
So you really don't win. You don't win, you don't lose. This is why media says the dumbest shit. That's exactly why we figured it out. Because in 2 weeks, somebody else will have come along and they will have been forgotten about. Yeah.
Yep. Chiefs and God, baby, says, I'm back, and I have a lot of hot takes of Mahomes playing his best season since 22 and winning MVP and beating the Rams and the Bills. Let's hear about these hot takes, Chiefs.
He just told them to you.
Let's hear about them.
He's going to win the MVP. He's going to beat the Rams and the Bills. He's going to have his best season since 2022.
I'm going to say that I agree with him, but I'll also throw in the caveat. I thought there was a couple other seasons that Mahomes was going to match or at least be close to what he did, like in 2018. But he's yet to do it.
Yeah.
So, prove me wrong, Patty.
I think Pat's going to have a better year this year because I honestly think he's going to have to rely on fundamentals more and pocket presence more. And I don't think... Now, look, does that kill the magician in Mahomes? Yes, but has Mahomes been one of the worst pocket passers and like one of the most inaccurate deep ball throwers you've seen over the past 2 or 3 years? Absolutely.
Can I...
So maybe he gets better.
Can I... what's the word I'm looking for here? Can I admit...
Can you interject?
Can I admit defeat? Can I tell you guys how badly wrong I was about something not too long ago?
Oh, man. Which one? Which one?
We were talking about Pat and how good he was in the pocket, and I was like, he's bottom half. He's just not good in the pocket.
Yeah, you rated him a 5, I think.
Like, he's just not good in the pocket. Like, he's better when he's off platform and kind of running around and everything. Do you know, even last season, that Patrick Mahomes was the third most efficient quarterback in the pocket? Did you know that? And did you know also that only 2 quarterbacks in the entire league had a positive efficiency rating in the pocket?
You're just having a bad day.
Bruh.
I try to tell you he was at least a 7.9. I mean, by that metric, you just pulled it. I probably should have rated him in the 8s or early 9s.
I feel like when I think about Patrick in the pocket, I think about Patrick stepping up into collapsed pockets and taking sacks. I think about Patrick rolling out away from clean pockets.
He's created his own sack a time or two as well.
That's what I think about when I think about Patrick Mahomes as a pocket passer. I also think about some of those overthrows and weird things like that. So it's like in my head, I'm like, man, maybe that's just not his forte. Like he needs to roll out and he needs to play off script a little bit. But I was wrong. He's third most efficient in the league out of the pocket. So shout out Pat. Sorry about that one, brother.
Did you know that in 2018 when he won MVP, he had an NFL historic 134.2 passer rating from a clean pocket?
Brother, the dude is a baller. Mahomes is the greatest quarterback to ever step on a football field. He might not have the most championships, but Patrick Mahomes, when he's at his best, is absolutely untouched and unmatched by any other quarterback that's ever played the game. I will die on that hill. Like all the Josh Allen homers, all the Tom Brady homers, I'm sorry.
Right. Any guesses what his QB rating is as a career pocket passer with a clean pocket is? Like, I'll just say, is it 100, 120, 130, somewhere in that range? Like,
let's go 121.
A little over or a little under that, at 110. Okay. But I mean, that's huge, right? Because I think 124
really
is the highest you can get. Unless you break it like he did back in 2018.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Guys, how we all doing tonight? Appreciate y'all being here. Hit that like button, all that fun stuff. If you're new to the channel, or even if you just watch the channel all the time but you haven't subscribed yet, please go hit that subscribe button. It'll take like 2 seconds. And if you're not sure, just go check and hit that subscribe button for us. We got to get this thing to 100K, baby. That's the ultimate goal.
This is going to be a wild season, too. Like, it's gearing up. I mean, it's been slow. It has been like molasses.
Yeah, but
like
I think
trying
this
to
is
get
going
to
to be
it.
a fun season, dude.
But we're about to get into the swing of things, and it's about to be like nonstop content, nonstop everything. It's going to come at us hard and quick. So
we're about to work our asses off,
it's going to be
ladies
crazy.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, we just sat down and figured out an off-season schedule the other day, and I got tired talking about it.
Yeah, it made my head hurt, but we're going to do it.
Already tired.
We're going to do it.
Haven't even got to camp yet. Hey, I was talking earlier today. Isn't it crazy? Like, they're getting ready to report to camp, at least quarterbacks, here in like a week. And here we go again. You're just right back to football again. Like, it's insane.
Before you know it,
it does kind of feel like, yeah, it does kind of feel like we just watched like the playoffs and the Super Bowl without the Chiefs in it. And then like you're right back in. It's wild. Maybe I'm just old and like time's just going so fast. Like I can't get it to slow down.
Is there a better time of year than when the Devil's Kitchen sweaty ball sack heat goes away? When you get that crisp, cool air and that smell of fall coming in, and things are looking a little more orange and football-y.
Orange.
And holiday-y. Like, is there a better time of year than fall and football? Like, brother, there isn't. And if you say there is, you're wrong.
What is the perfect NFL uniform that encapsulates fall?
The Browns.
There you go. It's the Browns.
But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
Who would be the perfect uniform for summertime?
The Rams. Or
I feel like maybe the Dolphins. That feels summery.
If you go to the alternate jerseys for the Seattle Seahawks with those bright lime green.
Bright-ass yellows or whatever they are.
Yeah, I think that could be in contention. Wintertime.
Just all whites. Probably like the Bucks. Remember when the Bucks did the all whites with the like the gray looking, like the ice looking?
I think a lot of teams did the ice stuff.
Did the Bills do the ice last year?
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm. But Tiger Atlas says the Chiefs unis are perfect for Christmas with the red. So
Yeah, we're at Christmas. I still think they should have put some green in it.
Just for the Christmas games?
May as well put a wreath on top of the logo.
We
or
all
something.
know that old Clarkie's
Looks like
never
a
going to
little
do
halo.
anything wild with that uniform.
Clark's like, we're never, but we'll move the team. We'll tear your stadium down, but I'm not touching that uniform.
Yeah, well, I mean, a few miles up the road ain't going to hurt
I'm
nobody.
just saying.
Tiger Atlas with the 10 bomb says, boys, the games have been brilliant. Way to make it fun in the doldrums period. I appreciate that, Tiger.
Me too, man.
We're trying to keep it fun.
We're wanting to do more like just fun stuff like that throughout the whole season. Because look, it gets boring during the football season sometimes. Like when the Chiefs have to play on Monday Night Football and everybody else is playing games all week, and then like we're like it's Thursday and we're like, hey, we don't get to do injury reports today. Mm-hmm. Let's play a game.
Yep.
Let's just play a game. How about that? Called Who's Going to Be Injured by Monday.
We've had a lot of fun with it. I think that we've had really good reaction from the people that actually see it and participated and watched. But I will tell you that YouTube does not like us doing that.
Well, they don't think that Chiefs fans aren't. They don't think Chiefs fans aren't fun enough to want to watch it.
No, they think you guys are the boringest people.
They
on
think
the
you guys
planet.
are the most boring people ever. Like
if
it'll
you don't
just plainly say
if you
that
don't
to
just
us.
put out news that strictly talks about the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's not perfectly up to date and breaking, you all don't want to watch it apparently.
Not even lying. Like they will send you custom messages and they will just trash people. They're like, your subscribers hate comedy. They were like, dude, never make a joke. Like I swear, they'll say the weirdest thing. You got 7% less views today because you cracked a joke. Like it'll say the weirdest shit. Like I'm not even lying.
Mike, if you would turn your hat around straight and not look like a damn hoodlum, y'all would
told me
probably
that
get more.
before.
You would get more views.
It said people would respect me if I didn't wear my hat backwards. But let me tell you something. If I wear my hat forwards, you just don't see my eyes very well.
That's great.
And I don't like it. It gives me like a shadow.
Michael Ledford in the house. What's up, Michael?
Look at that
He
shadow.
says he got a hot take here, Mike. So let's not talk about your shadow as much and talk about the hot take. This is the last year that we hear about Josh Allen. Brother, I hope so. Like, I don't wish anything bad on him. I just don't think they're ever going to let go of him.
Bro, until he retires, he's going to be the best quarterback ever that's never done nothing.
Brother. Isn't it amazing that Josh Allen... Let me give you two things about Josh Allen, and then you guys ask yourselves, should people be hanging on his balls the way they do? Number one, since he's came into the NFL, Josh Allen is number one by a pretty big margin.
Turnovers?
In turnovers.
Okay, yeah.
In the NFL, okay? Also, Josh Allen holds one NFL record, Mike, that cracks me up so hard. Because it just is a story of Josh Allen.
Like getting caught faking a injury or something? Like
he definitely holds the NFL record for flops, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, so it's not flops. What you got?
Of all time in the NFL, Josh Allen has won the most playoff games without making a Super Bowl appearance.
How do you take that?
That's pretty spectacular.
Is that a positive or negative, though? Because that does mean you've won a lot of playoff games for that to be considered bad.
Well, it tells me two things, though. A, they're always a wild card. And B, they always choke.
Always a wild card, never a...
Yeah, brother.
I don't know what the opposite of wild card would be.
Look, and this, for any Bills fans watching or anybody that actually likes Josh Allen, any Josh Allen fans, even if you're not a Bills fan, Josh Allen is a very talented football player. Josh Allen's got a hell of an arm. He's big. He's fast.
What do you do? I don't like where you're taking this.
I'm just saying, look, Josh Allen is very, very talented. But Josh Allen should not be at the tip of anyone's tongue for the best. Like, especially all time, you're wild if you try to throw Josh Allen in there. That's wild. But even right now, like, if you want to tell me that he's better than Joe Burrow, I'll let you guys fight that one out. At least Joe Burrow made it to a Super Bowl, but I'll let you guys fight that one out. If you want to tell me he's better than Drake May, sure, of course he is. If you want to tell me he's better than Lamar,
Drake May got to a Super Bowl.
exactly. But if you want to say he's better than Lamar, okay, I'll give you that. Josh is also mobile, and Josh is a better passer than Lamar. But if you try to put him in the same stratosphere,
Brother, I don't even
as
know if
Patrick
that's true.
Mahomes, if you try to put him in the same stratosphere as Patrick Mahomes, you're just being dumb. Like, you just can't do it. But I don't know. I think we're going to have to hear about old Joshy until he retires, probably. Yeah. Wayne, he is basically the modern day Dan Marino.
Did you know that Josh Allen, hold up, is a 64% career completion percentage, and Lamar Jackson is 64.8?
Look, I wasn't saying that he's going to have better stats. I was just saying that
Jackson has a higher completion percentage.
I understand, and you could probably find stats where he has better passing stats, but I'm just saying strictly like arm talent, like you're going to take Josh Allen over Lamar. 100%. 100 times out of 100.
Can't Lamar literally sling it, though? Like, isn't that one of his things?
He ain't throwing no laser beams like Josh Allen, brother. That ain't happening. He ain't throwing no Patrick Mahomes missiles.
Which, okay, hold up.
I mean, it's been the biggest knock on Lamar since he started.
I'm curious to see who's had the longest pass in the air.
Pat Mahomes.
No, I'm just mean out of Jackson and Allen.
Oh, okay. Allen.
Allen's longest pass attempt went to Gabe Davis. It traveled 69.3 yards in the air.
Lamar's not matching that.
Lamar's longest air distance was a 49-yard touchdown pass to Marquise Brown, but the ball traveled 60.8 yards in the air.
Yeah.
How in the hell does the ball travel 60.8 yards as a 49-yard touchdown pass?
I guess he ran backwards.
He ran back literally.
Yeah, he did his thing where he ran backwards. Yeah.
What's a dude doing 12 yards behind the line of scrimmage? I love it.
Right. So look, Chiefs 63 Casey Mo. Let me clarify. If you're talking about the best, most talented quarterback to ever step on the football field, and you don't talk about championships and you leave that out, the answer is Patrick Mahomes. By default, he's still better than Josh Allen if you leave out championships. So, if that makes any sense to you. Like, there's nobody ever in the history of the game that's been more talented or a better QB at their peak than Patrick Mahomes.
No, I agree. Patrick Mahomes is probably the best. If you just look at pure raw talent, it's there. I mean, if you may even take somebody like a Marino over a Tom Brady if you took championships off the table and just went pure raw talent. Tom Brady was not a good athlete.
Tom Brady was he's a decent athlete. Like he's not like Lamar or any of these
Tom Brady
guys.
looked like a relief pitcher from AAA baseball, got stuck in a uniform and went out and won some games.
Obviously, Tom had enough athleticism and enough tools in his bag to do what he did. But I think what made Tom was just that relentless winning mentality. He had that Kobe Bryant in him, that Michael Jordan in him, right? But also, I think he was a very, very smart quarterback. Like, much like Peyton Manning, he just commanded that offense. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He knew exactly what he wanted everybody else to do, and he executed. I mean, I think all those things together is what made Tom Brady great, right? But I don't think that there's any year that you could go back to Tom Brady and tell me that he was a more talented quarterback than Patrick Mahomes in 2018. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. That's just my opinion.
It's just subjective.
But I feel like it might be fact.
It's subjective. It's what you think a quarterback is, right?
Yeah, true. True. I don't know. Yeah, counting Deflategate too. No, Tom. Look, I don't want to disrespect Tom Brady. I mean, the longevity, the amount of championships he did win, regardless of how they were won, whether it be cheating, whether it be luck. Like, the Seattle Seahawks deciding to throw the ball on the 1 yard line with the best running back in the league, or Kyle Shanahan and everybody having a meltdown.
D Ford.
The D Ford thing. Like, you could say a lot of the championships were because of good luck, and I agree. I think that Tom Brady did have a lot of good luck. A lot of things went his way. But he put himself in the positions for things to go his way. Like, Tom Brady...
What about the tuck rule?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things.
We just keep going.
But Tom Brady still is one of the greats. Like, you can't deny that. The longevity, the fact that he did win that much. And if you just watch him play, like, Tom was good.
I can't say Tom's one of the greats. Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time. When you're counting Super Bowls, you have to count those.
Yeah, if you want to Bill Russell it, he's the best of all time. If you want to Michael Jordan it, he's not. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, you've always said that take.
Yeah.
I understand the take because, again, Bill Russell had more championships than Michael Jordan. Nobody ever says he's the greatest of all time.
Right. That's why I don't think you can just go off of, well, Tom Brady had 7.
Which they do.
Right, which is dumb because they're the same people that probably say that about, Bill Russell. So
right. Michael Ledford, did you hear I'm coming to Florida? No, did I hear you're coming to Florida, Mike? Yes, I am. I'll be there probably, I think, August 4th or 5th. And I'll be there till like August 15th or something like that. It's about 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks. You'll have to find me.
Weston says the question is Allen, Dan Marino, Matt Ryan, or Phillip Rivers, because Dan Marino and Matt Ryan both went to a Super Bowl. If I ranked those guys, I would probably go Dan Marino, Josh Allen, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers. That'd probably be my guess. Just off of, like, them playing at their best, I would go that route.
Are you ranking those?
Yeah.
Allen, Marino, Ryan, Rivers.
No, Marino, Allen, Ryan, Rivers is what I would.
Yeah, but I was just reading the 4 names.
And honestly, Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan could go back and forth. Honestly, that's kind of a toss-up.
Phillip Rivers, I will say Phillip Rivers was he was a gamer. Like, he always wanted to win. He had a lot of passion.
Yeah, and I love
he's very passionate.
Mic'd up. I love when he was mic'd up.
Yeah, he was very passionate.
He said, "You don't have to yell in my face." And he's like, "I will yell in your face." He never cussed. He'd be like, "That's freaking awesome." It was great. He's so funny. Yeah, guys, appreciate y'all being here. It's been a good little chat. You guys do us a favor, hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. Shout out to everybody that donated tonight. We appreciate you. It goes a long way to helping the channel. Also, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Get down in the description, get Prize Picks, and use code HMA, and we'll catch you next time. Go Chiefs.
Wow.